Alright, what's up guys? Zeph here. Just wanted to make a quick little video on my new character. You know, this will be my finalized character for bossing. I know I haven't really shown anything crazy. It's just been a character after character. They were just like farmers. The second character that I had for those people that have watched that video is it was a poison, caustic arrow, elemental, poisoner. It was a juggernaut build, but this build will be one that will be able to boss, and it should be fairly tanky. It doesn't require any spell suppression, which means I can focus on more damage, and yeah, all res is going to be super high. And eventually, hopefully, if I can get lucky and drop a lightning coil or a cloak of flames, it would be superb, because then I would be able to really be tanky when it comes to physical damage taken, and then eventually kill Exarch and pray that he drops the shield, which gives me another 20%, you know. So lightning coil is 50% physical to lightning, cloak of flames is 40% physical to fire, and then obviously the cloak of flames is anywhere from 10 to 20%. So that's already 60% or 70%, which is freaking crazy. But yeah, just going over this character, what it is a chieftain named Zeph Chained. If you want to see what this character looks like, you could just type Zeph POE and my name should pop up in the on Google. It should. We are playing Detonate Dead of Chaining. It is 20% quality because I tried to rush the quality for bigger AoE. We're currently using Energy Leech, not the strongest of supports, you know, like 10%, and then Inspiration, which is also kind of not that strong, but Inspiration's a bit nicer because it reduces the cost of the skill and allows us to have a higher chance of critting. We have 2 scepters with, you know, some flat damage and cast speed. This one has lightning damage, so I can shock, which is nice. When you crit and do lightning damage, you obviously apply a shock, which is a multiplier, which is pretty much kind of like a support gem. So I'm technically in a 4-link. Just going rarity gear, you know, life, rarity, life, stats, practical application for some all res, strength, and dexterity, because I need dex for desecrate and detonate dead. Our chest is just a flat PDR, you know, physical damage reduction, armor, and some all res. Eventually I'd like to get an even better one, roughly 2k armor, but that's down the road. I alked a couple amethyst rings, got that, which is decent, and then I got this one, which is really insane. This one's insane because it technically is an all-res ring. It's chaos, it's lightning, cold, and chaos, and fire. I forgot which one I doubled up on, but yeah, it's very good. It's life, mana regen, you know, which means I don't need to even run clarity. I'm not running clarity, which I usually do. My auras are Arctic Armor, Purity of Fire. I have 82 auras. You know, going the reason why my sockets are empty is because I'm going Warden for the extra movement speed and doubling the armor, a decent leather belt, and then obviously this scepter is really crazy. It's like a 70+% scepter with cast speed, crit chance, and flat fire. So my ignites are a bit higher too, but yeah. Gloves are just chaos res, and I'm pretty sure I just showed everything, but yeah. Flask are generic, you know, corrupting, blood removal, and white flasks, because I don't want to roll in Ruthless. You don't want to roll blue or magic flasks until you got a couple of you know, a couple of alterations, or until you find a couple of them on the floor, because if you roll a reduced duration flask, it's pretty miserable. So my Quicksilver, if it rolls with a reduced roll, it would be like, I don't know, like a 1 second. It's pretty much meaningless at that point, but yeah. So let's go over the passives. Like I said, I am a Warden. We are going for the double armor because we have no sockets in here, and increased movement speed, which is nice. Hopefully they nerf this in the future for Ruthless. I think it should be nerfed. The body armor can stay the same, because in order to benefit from that, it's either you trade off damage, or you trade off, you know, the a 6th link. It's so 6th link or double your armor, right? The resistance thing should be reduced down to 25 all res, I believe. The the maximum life probably down to like 10 or 15% in that range. And then obviously the movement speed down to 10 to 15% movement speed, you know, because it's Ruthless. We got to be slower, not faster, right, guys? I am ascended to Merc Lab. I can't do Uber. My level is 72, I think it was. Yeah. We obviously go with Thessalia's Cleansing Water first for, you know, improving our resistances easily. More fire res, more lightning, more cold, right? And then we go for modifiers to maximum fire resistance, also apply to max cold and max lightning. That second, and then last of all, we go for Hinakura, Death's Fury, just to have explodies, which is really nice for clearing with Detonate, Dead of Chaining. It pairs really well. My Uber Lab won't be Ramako. I could technically go for Arohongui, but I don't plan on using a decoy totem. I technically could use a decoy totem, you know, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm already gonna be super tanky, but who knows? Maybe I'll think about using a totem, a decoy totem, just for funsies. Obviously, nothing else can be spec, but my plan was to go 2 small nodes, and oh, rip that guy, F. Interesting. But yeah, so spec into this for Uber Lab and spec into that. It's just 1% regen and 20% increased fire. Let's go about the passive tree now. Right now, I'm specking a lot of life. Like, we're just going life, and then I'm going to grab every life mastery to get even more life. And yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. I'll post the version of the Path of Building in the description this time. And there will be 3 types. There will be one pathing through Divine Judgment. There will be one pathing for auras. And then there would be just the generic one that I had with no auras. Like, if you don't have any auras, you know, I only recommend playing Chieftain if you have Purity of Fire. Pretty much Purity of Fire, and maybe in all, like, if you don't have Purity of Fire and you have a Rise of the Phoenix or a Sappho's Frame or the On Shield, I don't know, it's the one that if you have no endurance charges up, you get max res. That one's pretty good too, obviously. But yeah, just going for a lot of HP, some armor, and yeah, that is the plan. Eventually grab the mastery for I Can't Be Cursed and reduced elemental resistances, because that one is pretty strong, especially with the effect of the ascendancy. Like 30 minus, you know, then it's like 45 for the other reses. But yeah, I'm pretty high on res, really high. Eventually I'd like to be around 50 to 60% on the Chieftain for Chaos. Why is that? Because Affliction League content is really rippy. The Detonate Dead stuff, I'm pretty sure it is a percentage based Detonate Dead, but it deals chaos damage. And if those monsters are empowered, if it's percent based damage on the corpse, it's really terrifying. It could definitely one-shot you. So I definitely recommend, if you're pushing like red maps, like you need at least 50 to 60 chaos res. It's a requirement. But yeah, my progression of the Atlas is pretty much the same. I did Deaths and Taxes I have a couple of unique maps that I found. I found Poor Joys. That one's gonna be really terrifying to run. Really terrifying, but 3 rare amulets that are high tier could be good, could roll, you know, a +1. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to be playing this character now. This will be my final character. It will be able to do Heist, it will be able to do Abyss, it will be able to do Delve. It can do any sort of content, it doesn't matter. It will be very strong, and you know, it will be fun. The plan is eventually to respec from Warlord and go the Rucksack Ascendancy with Charms. That's down the road, but I could technically go for Barkskin. That is something I should do, because the respec points here are pretty cheap. It's only 2 points, which is nice. I'm glad I didn't go with the route where you have to do 5 regrets or 5 refund points, which is terrifying, you know, especially for Ruthless since regrets barely drop. This is how many regrets I've dropped in the whole league, and I've been playing since the beginning of the league. 5 regrets, so you can see how terrifying it is. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, like always, just hit me down in the comments. Come to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Zeph. It should appear on that side, like near the Blood Rage and Detonate Dead right there. Just type it that way, and then you can find me and ask me questions. But yeah, y'all have a good day. I probably won't have a video before New Year's maybe, but Happy New Year's to everyone, and take care, and bye-bye. Ciao.